They're gonna tax us to death, and they're gonna fine us to death. It's the number one thing I've been saying for years now. Because cities are going broke, and as cities continue to go broke with terrible leadership, terrible mismanagement of funds, six-figure incomes for city workers that should be getting 40, 50 grand a year are making 400,000 to keep up with this housing bubble fiasco. As property prices are starting to crash across Canada and the bubble starts to burst because we are on a bubble, on a bubble, on a bubble, on a sailboat somewhere in the Mediterranean on a house of cards. That's what we're at here in Canada. It's something we've been talking about here for over a decade now. Now, I want to call your attention to this here. Well, there it is right there. We've been talking about it on the channel. You go across our channel and type in property tax, and you will see cities going broke, property tax hike coming across Canada. They're going to tax us to death. And then this is the one I want you to look at here. As housing prices drop, property tax goes up, you will pay the same. As housing prices drop, property tax percentages will go up, so you end up paying the same. Cities are going broke. They need to fund their BS projects, so they will keep selling out the middle-class families who built the infrastructure in the first place. So there it is right there. And I wanted to put this out. Why does it have an Investopedia here? I'm not sure why. Let me just double check here. Investopedia. Why is it showing that there? Oh, okay, then I have an Investopedia definition of property tax. I'm sorry. That comes out after what I've said with my opinion. It's kind of weird. And then what is property tax? Okay, so what is happening? Well, let's take a gander at the city of Mississauga, Ontario, in the Greater Toronto Area. Mississauga mayor warns of property tax hike due to Ontario's new housing bill. So there it is. They're going to find ways to tax us and fine us to death. Mississauga homeowners could see their property taxes increase as a result of recently passed provincial housing bill. Mayor Bonnie Crombie warned on Wednesday. At a news conference, Crombie said Bill 23, and this is it right here, Bill 23, and there's Bill 23 right there. And I was trying to read, there's lots to read on it. They actually layer this out in hundreds of thousands of pages on purpose, so you're left in circles trying to figure out. But these guys here break it down nicely. You will be hit to your wallet, nothing that the average property tax could go up 5 or 10%, or approximately $300 to $600. The legislation reduces the exempt fees developers pay to construct affordable housing, nonprofit housing, and inclusionary zoning units, while waiving fees could encourage more housing to be built. Crombie argued that nothing in the legislation guarantees that they will not be passed on to homeowners, and that's the problem right there. Under Bill 23, property taxpayers will be funding developer profits. While we can agree and certainly appreciates the province's desire to inconvenience affordability, it can be done on the backs of the cities and our taxpayers, Crombie said. So they want to do it. She doesn't want it on the back of the taxpayers, because right now, if my mother was to keep her home, if she didn't sell her home 3 years ago, in Brampton, Ontario, close to Mississauga, okay? In Brampton, Ontario, she'd be paying about $9,800 a year in property tax. $9,800 a year in property tax. So that's what she'd be at right now. So, keep that in mind. So they're already paying through the nose. I think Mississauga is higher than Brampton. I'm not too sure, but you could quote me on it and comment below. Let me know. He indicated that property taxes could further increase as the region of Peel likely to implement a hike that is equal or greater to the one we're facing here in the city, which means the household may see an average total hike between $600 and $1,200. Crombie said the city of Mississauga could lose up to $885 million over 10 years in the development charges due to the housing law. So as governments go, I'm not going to go into this, it goes into that, you know what, there, and they're always going to find reasons, and it's like a dog chasing its tail. And I wanted to bring this up because somebody put that in the comments in one of the videos there, and this is something that we are, get out of Vancouver now, price hikes for 2017, property tax to impoverished middle class, 5 years ago. Property taxes set the skyrocket city of Vancouver at risk of bankruptcy, more fines ahead 2 years ago. So when they make affordable housing, just like we said here on the channel, we discussed affordable housing. But affordable housing is this. So this is what's considered affordable housing. $3,702 is considered affordable housing rent in Vancouver for affordable people needing affordable housing. That is what affordable housing is. And that was from 4 years ago. Let's just open her up and see what I said here. And let's see if I even catch the... there's the article right there. So there it is. Like, I'm not making this stuff up. And when they build affordable housing, you need to think, what is affordable housing? I kind of wanted to jump on that to tell you guys. So people are thinking, well, they're going to build more affordable housing. Yeah, $3,700 a month for the city workers that can't afford to live in their own cities that they were born, raised, and educated in. That's why there's a mass exodus of Canadians. Don't make me look that up, because we've been talking about that for over 10 years. A massive brain drain leaving Canada. And it's been happening again in Australia, New Zealand, the UK, the blue states of America. The same thing over and over and over and over again. Anyways, guys, I wanted to put this video out there. As your property drops in value, let's say you got 40%, you're going to have another 40% correction in the next 6 to 8 months. That's what they're forecasting. Well, that's what like the ultimate forecast is, basically. A really big correction. Then your property tax is still going to go up, even though your property isn't worth anything anymore. You see the problem with this? So cities are going broke, and they've been going broke for a long time. They brought in the money laundering in 2010. Vancouver opened up with the Vancouver model. Launder your money here. Who cares about our middle class? Infrastructure is built. Nobody cares about us. And that's where we're at right now. We're going to see what happens. All they have to do is take accountability. In 2018, 2019, took accountability, but they couldn't do that. They pushed us even further. And look where we're at today. Anyways, guys, Mike Martins here. Look forward to reading your comments. I have spoken.